Hi, I'm George Cox, production coordinator for ActonTV. Coming up on today's show, a great new boutique located at West Acton Village with our super intern, Hannah Feeks. Information on Fugitive Stories, that football show where those fantasy guys preview, and so much more on this edition of Talk of the Town. We sent down our super intern this summer, Hannah Feeks, to talk to mother and daughter, Donna and Kate Soni, about their new store in West Acton Village.
Hi, I'm Hannah Feeks with ActonTV. We're at Wish Boutique in West Acton Village Works. Let's go inside and check it out and meet the owners. They have tons of different styles, like this off-the-shoulder dress. They have long sleeve, short sleeve tank, and light sweaters for fun outdoor events and when the weather starts getting a little bit colder. Along with clothing, Wish Boutique also sells shoes and other accessories like necklaces, sunglasses, and bracelets. How do I look? I had the chance to talk with Kate and Donna Soni, the owners of Wish Boutique, about their clothing and accessories that they sell in their store.
Hi, my name is Donna Soni, and this is my daughter.
Hi, I'm Kate Soni, and we are the co-owners here at Wish Boutique in Acton.
We opened the boutique in mid-April. We chose the name of Wish, just kind of sitting around one night and trying to think of a name. Kate mentioned the name Wish. It was a name that she had always thought of in the back of her mind, and it just instantly clicked with both of us. It's a wish of ours to be in business together. It's a wish of ours to have a beautiful shop like this. So it was just a natural for us. So Kate and I love working together. We've never worked together before. It's interesting to work with a family member, but we are very close, and we love to laugh together and make decisions together. We seem to work well together as far as finding merchandise to be appropriate for women of all ages. And I think we know each other well enough that we know when to just kind of step back and laugh about something. When customers come in our doors the first time, we are really trying to give them a very friendly welcome. We talk to them a lot about where they're from, what their style is. We just like things to be really warm and friendly and have a very personal connection with our customers.
Our target audience is really women of all ages. Part of our mission is to have women from really young to older looking really great and stylish and feeling awesome in our clothing.
Well, our customers frequently ask us where we find the merchandise. Kate and I travel around to primarily 3 shows. Everyone's heard of the shows in New York. There's a big one in Boston, actually, and then there's a regional New England show that we attend. And it sounds like it's really glamorous and fun. It's actually a lot of work. There can be moments that are fun when we find something exciting, but because we focus on trying to keep our pricing reasonable, it's actually a lot of work to find things that are both stylish and cute and at a good price.
Some of the ways that we promote our product right now are primarily through social media. We have a Facebook and an Instagram, and we try and keep them really updated. featuring new products, any events that are going on, Wine Wednesdays, which we have going on through the summer. And the Facebook is facebook.com/wishacton, and the Instagram is wish.acton.
I had a wonderful time shopping at Wish Boutique today. If you want your own bag of stylish clothing, come to Village Works in West Acton and talk to Donna and Kate and tell them Hannah sent you.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at you again.
Thank you, Hannah, on a great story on a local business. Are you in an organization or a local business? Maybe you want ActonTV to come out and feature you? Drop us a line at actontv.org. So you may be wondering what fantasy football is all about. Well, here's your answer, and you can find out all the answers on That Football Show with those fantasy guys. Here's a preview.
Get ready for That Football Show with those fantasy guys.
Hello, welcome to That Football Show with those fantasy guys.
And back for another season, we are those fantasy guys.
We have an abbreviated version of the show for you because we are on Talk of the Town. I'm Rick Degon, here as always with my co-host Jason Walker. Jay, to steal a line from my favorite football announcer, Happy New Year, my friend.
Are you ready for some football?
Absolutely. Like I said, today we have a quick hitter for you that we call undervalued, overvalued.
So I'm telling you, Rick, I'm going to come out of the gate strong. This is going to be overvalued. I'm going to tell you somebody that you're going to draft early. Average draft position is going as the number 4 running back overall. He's about 6 or 7 overall in the drafts, and I'm telling you, things are a mess in Buffalo. Strange things are afoot. They just traded Sammy Watkins out of nowhere for draft picks, which is telling you basically we're not playing for this year, we're playing for the future. And there's nothing worse for a running back than to be on a team that is playing for the future. They have Jordan Matthews, who they got back in return for, not in return, but to supplement the trade of Sammy Watkins. Jordan Matthews on his best day is no Sammy Watkins. And now they also add Anquan Bolden in the offseason. Not exactly a burner. Not exactly going to stretch. On third down, he's going to make the catch. But on first and second down, there's going to be 8 or 9 people in the box, all with their eyes on Shady from day one. The value of this pick, you could be going so many other places than the number 4 back. I mean, you're looking at Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, and Ezekiel Elliott. Clear cut the top 3 backs. The backs after that, it's a crapshoot. And this guy's going to the top of that list. Yep. The value there is going to, I just don't see drafting him and getting the value.
I hear you. You're saying a lot of 9-7 games in the future for Buffalo.
Oh, well, yeah, for their offense. It's going to be 24-9 or 24-7, but yes.
The guy I'm going with is also in the top 10, but I'm going to focus on the wide receivers for you. Michael Thomas, playing opposite Brandon Cooks last year, amassed 92 catches for 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns. Now he steps into the lead role where Brandon Cooks used to be. Now, the problem with that is that they thrust him right into a top 10 ranking. He's rated number 7 on most people's lists. I need to see a year of it before I'm convinced. Let somebody else draft Michael Thomas and get washed out. He's going to get the number 1 cornerbacks coverage. He's going to get the double coverage. He's going to get all of the attention on that receiving end of that Y offense. And I'm just not convinced that he can do it at an average draft position of 20. That's round 2, Jay. Round 2 for a guy who's a second-year wide receiver and a first-year number 1. I'm not buying it, and neither should you. What do you have for undervalued, Jay? Give us a gold nugget.
I'm going to give you the golden nugget this year. I'm talking the undervalued, undermanned, undernamed Kareem Hunt, running back, Kansas City Chiefs. Let me throw a couple of names at you. Brian Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy, Jamal Charles. What do they all have in common?
I was going to say they all played for the same team, but I think that's the wrong answer.
They all played for Andy Reid.
Okay.
Andy Reid made this pretty good run of running backs in fantasy football relevant. And Kareem Hunt's been drafted in the 3rd round, is the next in line to be the dual threat running back in Kansas City. The only thing between Kareem Hunt and fantasy football relevance is Spencer Ware and Charchandrick West. If you can grab this guy and stash him until he becomes a starter, which he will become the starter. Check out this guy's playoff run. Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, all at home. If you can get this guy on draft day and he becomes a starter by midseason, he's going to put you over the top when the playoffs come. Book it.
Fantastic. That's a real deep cut, if you will. I'm going to go with a guy who's not such a deep cut, but for some unknown reason has been tumbling down draft boards. That's Calvin Benjamin. At an average draft position of 50. That's round 7, Jay. Benjamin is the definition of undervalued. Last season, labeled a disappointment after he racked up 63 catches for 941 yards, 7 touchdowns. Benjamin's ADP has been tumbling down for fellow wide receivers such as Golden Tate, Jamison Crowder, the aforementioned Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill. Jay, would you take any of those guys over Calvin Benjamin?
Calvin Benjamin's a beast.
Absolutely. Look for more of the same from Benji. 1,000 yards receiving, close to 10 touchdowns. Consistency is an important thing in fantasy football on my team, and it should be on yours.
I agree with you 100%. Calvin Benjamin undervalued, and the consistency that you're looking for, you want your key positions. You need to have one consistent running back, one consistent wide receiver, so you can take the risks on the guys with the upside. So if you can get consistency out of one guy, you can roll the dice on the other guy.
If you can grab Calvin Benjamin and say the 5th or 6th round, that's a bargain. That's all the time we have for this shortened edition to TFS. Make sure you join us beginning on Friday, September 8th, for all the fantasy advice that you need to dominate your fantasy football league.
See you soon, guys.
Congratulations to that football show with those fantasy guys for being picked up all the way in Ohio. If you want all the latest updates, make sure you visit our website at ActonTV.org. Coming up, Andrea Weaver and Rose Sayer from Bridges Together in Fugitive Stories about their upcoming show.
Hi, my name is Rose Saya, and I am the co-founder and producer of Fugitive Stories, and I am here in the gallery at Village Works in West Acton with Andrea Weaver, who is the executive director and founder of Bridges Together. Bridges Together is a very unique and important nonprofit in Sudbury, and I'd like her to tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks. So Bridges Together helps train people, teachers, senior center staff, community leaders, librarians, on how to unite generations, older adults and children, in meaningful ways and what the benefits are.
So that seems really interesting, and I'm curious though, where has this happened and how has this happened?
Sure. So I actually started the Bridges program that works in the schools in 1991. I taught it in many communities, including Acton, Sudbury, Concord. And then in 2012, I founded Bridges Together so that we could really train other people to run the programs. And along with that, started doing professional development and training people on my methodology.
So I'm curious, it certainly sounds great to get the stories and the lessons of, seniors to children. Why is this so important?
It's so important because as a society over the last few generations, we've become very age segregated or age siloed, we talk about in the field. And so we don't have the interdependence that we used to have in generations. We don't have the naturally occurring interactions between generations that we used to have. And we've lost so much because of that.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because as someone who is a storyteller and has often told stories about being a first-generation immigrant and what it was like to learn those lessons from my grandparents, and their stories of coming to this country, I think it's certainly an important time. So tell us about why you're having a storytelling event here with Fugitive Stories and, why now? What's that about?
We're so excited to be doing this joint venture. Thank you. Yes. So we are always looking for ways that we can help raise awareness about the need for intergenerational engagement and how to do so effectively. And last spring we were able to be featured by Fugitive Stories, which was really great, and helping people understand it's kind of these changes are going on and we're not aware of it and we're not creating solutions and we're headed for trouble, actually, I firmly believe. And so this event is meant to raise awareness and to really focus on all that we have gained across generations, and help to think about ways that we can continue to build that momentum back up again. And of course, this is an important fundraiser for our organization.
Right. Thank you for the compliment about Fugitive Stories. I think what we do here is we bring in people who are experienced storytellers, and they pick up on a theme, and the theme for this event is across generations. And they will tell a true story, 5, 6, or 7 minutes, about something that affected them in their background that was across generations. So that evening is going to feature 4 experienced storytellers. They're all Moth Slam winners or Mass Mouth Slam winners, so it's a really wonderful evening for people to come to. So I also know that this event was happening in September, as you mentioned, because there is an intergenerational story month and contest.
Right.
What is that?
So September is actually a global celebration of intergenerational awareness and raising awareness about that. And at Bridges Together, we are encouraging lots of organizations to do things in their own backyards to raise awareness for this need and this movement. One of the things that we are doing at Bridges Together is spearheading the Kramer Story Contest, which is a global story contest where people can, this year we're actually doing it in multi-modes, so people can write a story, upload an audio clip, a video clip, or take a picture of artwork or something else, submit a photograph that tells an intergenerational story.
So that support of the Intergenerational Story Month really does tie nicely to what Fugitive Stories does, because we have seen that the power of hearing true stories connects people, brings communities together, makes new friends, and really just enriches the community. So we're thrilled that we can support you in this. And I think what's also nice to know is that this is not just a one-off for us. As you said, we were supportive of you last season. We're doing this event, and Fugitive Stories meets here once a month in the gallery at Village Works with experienced storytellers who are all award winners. The gallery at Village Works is a wonderful place for that. It allows people to get a drink downstairs before they come up, meet their friends, and just really enjoy an evening of compelling entertainment that has a very human dimension on it. The gallery is a place that was designed for this kind of gathering. It was done with an eye toward community get-togethers, and there's a full calendar of music and other community-related events here. It's a real resource and gem for West Acton Village. So I'm thrilled that you could join us for that, and I wonder if there's any other things you want the audience to know about Bridges or the event, besides that they should buy tickets and come enjoy an evening.
Definitely buy tickets, upload your stories, and you can find out more at bridgestogether.org.
It's good for people to know where they can find more information about Bridges, and for people who are interested in joining this really entertaining evening, tickets are available at fugitivestories.com, and that's where you can find out more about Fugitive Stories and the gallery at Village Works.
Coming up next, Ed Knight's president of Theater 3 with the making of the Addams Family. You can catch all their productions in what's coming up on their schedule at theater3.org.
Hi, I'm the president of Theater 3, Ed Knights, and I want to bring to you today the first of a series of recordings that we're going to do as we show you how we go about putting on the show Addams Family. We're going to start with the audition process and show you some behind-the-scenes action about how we decide among the 60-some people that come down to try out for the show, which will be the 20 who finally end up in the production. Over 60 auditioners came down for the show. They were asked to prepare 2 songs, one of them to demonstrate their vocal ability and the other one to demonstrate their ability to do something funny on the stage with music.
Except for the few we take home to experiment.
What was the first show you were ever in? How did you get started?
Oh God, okay. All the way back to preschool, actually. My first ever show, I don't even know if I should like count it. I was in The Little Green Witch with my preschool, and I was the Little Green Witch in that.
Whoa.
So starting big.
And how do you feel about auditions in general, not necessarily particularly?
I've done so many auditions, so many. So at this point, it's like getting easier. It's like, because there's certain ones that are like dire, like you need to like on the dot, prepared, blah, blah, blah. And then other ones you're like, okay, this is nice, it's fun, it's a great environment, and it's great. I feel so alone. Why am I alone with
first got started in the theater?
Oh, the very first time?
Yeah.
That goes a long way back.
Oh, that's okay.
I was in 3rd grade, and I was the only one who knew enough to cut the other actor off at the right time in the script. So they cast me as Scrooge in A Christmas Carol.
Whoa, that's a big part for a 3rd grader.
I didn't think so at the time, but I was hooked after that.
And what is your feeling about auditions in general? Do you hate them? Do you think they're kind of exciting?
As a general rule, there's a lot of both. I mean, I think if you're not going in there with some butterflies, you're probably not doing it right.
So if you're too relaxed about it, that's going to show too.
Exactly. And if there's people that you know at the audition, it's great to catch up with people you haven't seen since the last show a year ago.
Good luck with the auditions, and thank you so much for coming down.
All right, thank you.
Proud officer that haughty but proud, vain man suppressed and supercilious sneer, for I have dared to love your matchless girl, a fact known to all my mistakes here.
I'm speaking of my sweetheart, only 60 inches high, every inch is packed with dynamite. Her hair is blonde and curly, her curls are hurly-burly, her lips are pinks, I call her hips, dirty and whirly. She's my baby, I'm her ruby, she's my trap. I am caught and I don't want to run, 'cause I'm having so much fun with honey bun.
The first process of choosing who to pick involves deciding who they want to cast in the chorus and who they want to have come back to read for the parts of the leads in the show. The director makes the final decision after getting input from the music director and the choreographer. I hope you've enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at Theatre 3's audition process for Addams Family. In the future, we'll be bringing you further scenes from the rehearsal process and taking you right through to the final production.
I had a chance to talk to one of our wonderful volunteers, Vika Soni, from the AB Youth News Team. She's joining the Army, but we wanted to talk to her one last time. We want to wish Vika best of luck. George for ActonTV. We are here with the super fabulous Vika Soni from the Acton Youth News Team. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
We were just talking, and she's joining the Army, and she's going to shave her head. Tell us about that.
So I made that decision a while back. Actually, in 10th grade, I really wanted to shave my head, but my dad wouldn't have it. And I just figured now's a good time because I'm leaving for 8 months for basic training. So it's a good time for it to grow back a little by the time I go to college, and it's for a good cause. I'm going to donate it to an organization which donates it to cancer patients, and I think it'll be really good. It'll be a good experience. And Charlize Theron actually said in Mad Max that every woman should shave her head once to see what her hair looks like when it grows back. So I'm following that. I think it'll be good.
You know, and I know the feeling, folks. I have no choice, though. She does.
Like him.
Yeah, well, we'll be twins. So you're great on camera. You've done so many segments of Winter Carnival. You just covered the Nara Park fireworks. How has your experience at ActonTV? How has it been?
It's been great. I always really wanted to work at a news station. That's why I joined the Army, actually, to become a journalist. That's how I also got started with ActonTV, and I've loved it. I love being on camera. I love meeting new people, and it's just been a dream.
So what made you decide to join the Army, and you're gonna enroll in their? They have a communications program, I take it.
Well, so I initially got information about the Army because I wanted to be a journalist, and my friend Justin was a journalist with the Marines, and so that kind of made me interested and want to get some information. So that summer I was 17, and I went to the recruiting office with an idea in mind, like, oh, maybe after college I'll think about it to get a job, and well, he was like, when can we sign you up? And I was just like, what? And he was like, well, let's have you take the test, the ASVAB, to figure out what you'd be good at and what jobs you qualify for. And I got a really high score on it. So basically, I was able to get any job I wanted. But I became interested in intelligence when they began talking to me about it, saying I could get a good career out of it, make some new contacts, and it would be a good start for me. So I've also been interested in intelligence since I was really young, so I thought maybe that would be a good choice for me. And so I signed up for intelligence for the Army, and it's great. They're paying for my college. They're going to give me a lot of benefits, send me to different schools. Basic will be a good challenge, and I think it's one of the best decisions I've made for myself and my future.
In closing, what would you like to say to people who have never heard of cable access, or maybe they want to do their own show? What would you like to say about, the use of this facility here?
Well, it's so great. You build a great portfolio. It's a start for anybody. It's a great start. You get to meet a lot of different people. You get to conduct yourself in a way that you get to improve the way you conduct yourself in every single interview. You become way more comfortable talking on camera, talking to other people. You either learn to love it or you find out you don't love it, and so you can make a great decision based on working in a place like this, working on a youth news crew or working as an interviewer a few times a week. It'll be great. It's a great experience.
It is a great experience, and if you want more information, make sure you visit our website, actontv.org, Facebook, YouTube. We're all over the place, folks. You got to check it out. Vika Soni, we'd like to thank you. You have a bright future ahead of you. I have a feeling we're going to hear great things from this girl. So thank you so much for talking to us today, and thank you for watching. ActonTV would like to welcome some great new shows to our lineup. The Dad Lawyer, Medical Aesthetics is coming on board. Also, ChiroPro Performance Center with their Brain Health series. Do you have your very own show idea? Drop us a line to take a tour of our facilities at actontv.org. For all of us at ActonTV, we want to wish you a great week. I'm George Cox. We'll see you again next time. Coming up on today's show, there's a great new boutique at Westford. Maybe you have a show. Here's Ed Knights, president of Theater 3 in Acton, about the production of